Welcome into PFF TV. Along with Zach Robinson, I'm Steve Palazzolo. Today it's all about the PFF College Game of the Week. Michigan State and Michigan going at it. And it's all brought to you by Eckrich, the official smoked sausage of the college football playoff. And don't forget, you can get to EckridgeFootball.com right now and sign up for their $1 million challenge. You have all these individual games you can still sign up for, and of course the national championship. It's open to everyone except for Zach because he's a former thrower of footballs professionally. You don't get to play this one, Zach, but you guys can sign up right now, EckridgeFootball.com. All right, let's discuss Michigan and Michigan State. We always like to start with the quarterback play. Let's start with Michigan and Shay Patterson. I think coming into the season, people said, hey, look, they've got a quarterback. He's extremely talented. How has this marriage been going with Shay moving to this pro-style Michigan system?
Yeah, it clearly looks better in recent weeks. You know, there was definitely a time where trying to figure out a little pro-style to what Shay Patterson does, more of a spread-type QB, and I think they've meshed it up pretty well. You look at him playing inside and outside the pocket. He plays really, really well outside the pocket. He nearly has an equal grade inside and outside. So what he brings with his legs is a lot different than really Jim Harbaugh's had at Michigan in his time there. So the quarterback run game, him taking off and run is a huge deal.
Yeah, 106.3 passer rating inside the pocket, 110.7 outside. The other thing I like, when you look at Harbaugh a couple years ago when he had Jake Rudock, who actually started really slow after transferring from Iowa, the second half of the season he graded extremely well. And I think Harbaugh has this history of just quarterbacks getting a little bit better and better and better. And I think that's what really makes Michigan scary down the stretch, because they have an excellent defense and it's always been about their quarterback play and their offense taking them to the next level. I think Shay could be that guy for them.
He's starting to look a lot more comfortable, and I think a lot of it is, they have some pro-style reads, but the best thing that he does is when he's decisive and he takes off to run, because he's averaging 9.4 yards per attempt when he takes off to go. So he is growing that comfort, and Jim Harbaugh knows obviously what he's doing with quarterbacks, and they continue to get better. You're right, they're scary now.
Let's check out the other side of the ball. When Michigan State has the football, Brian Lewerke, their quarterback, it's a very tough Michigan defense. We'll get into some of their players in a minute. But when you watch Lewerke, what have you seen on film? Because there's some ups and downs to his game, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you want to see him just play a consistently clean game. You know, he's got some high-end stuff that he does really well, and then the next snap might be something that he tosses up and gets intercepted or falls to the ground. So you want to see him play a cleaner game, but he definitely has some stuff to his game where he can work through some progressions and extend the play a little bit and play in a clean pocket. So, but having a consistent, clean game is going to be an absolute must against this Michigan defense.
He has been much better from a clean pocket, like most quarterbacks, and that will be one of the stories of this game. Lewerke, a passer rating of only 52.1 when pressured, and when you're going up against Michigan's defense, they've had one of the best defensive fronts in college football for multiple years now, and even with potential superstar Rashawn Gary, I only say potential because he has incredible athleticism. Production's been good, not great. He's banged up, might not be playing in this one, but with Chase Winovich and what Devin Bush does as a blitzer and kind of a spy, they might be able to get some pressure on Lewerke.
Yeah, both of those guys, Devin Bush and Chase Winovich, they're two highest graded players on defense, but you look at just overall how this defense is built, and it's a very aggressive attacking. They're blitzing nearly half the time, and then they play the most man-to-man in the NCAA. So that meshed up with those two guys on the edge, two speed guys that love to get up the field. They're going to make it definitely tough on Lewerke.
Yeah, Bush is absolutely awesome to watch. He's got 13 pressures from the linebacker position. And again, some of that's blitzing, some of that's just him tracking quarterbacks down. So Lewerke likes to make those plays outside the pocket. You might see number 10 looking to chase him down a few times. You mentioned all the man coverage that Michigan plays, and they've got two pretty good corners, and then Michigan State has a very good receiver in Felton Davis. When you look at Michigan's corners, David Long, Lavert Hill going up against Davis, what are you looking for in that matchup?
Yeah, I think, you look at Felton Davis and acrobatic catches up and down the field. He's very, very good at, tracking the ball, and Lewerke will put it in any spot, and he trusts him. So it is a very man-to-man, press man type of game for Michigan. I think it's just going to come down to Felton Davis winning one-on-one matchups. I think you're going to see a bunch of back shoulder go balls. Those two guys have a great feel, Lewerke and Felton Davis on those throws. So he's going to get challenged at the line of scrimmage, pressed up there, and it's going to come down to him just winning his one-on-one battles on the outside.
Something has to give here. This is the matchup of the game, though, because Felton Davis has the third highest grade among receivers at the intermediate level. That's 10 to 19 yards. And the Michigan corners, David Long and Lavert Hill, have only allowed 14 catches all season.
Yeah.
Now, those numbers are inflated a little bit because Hill has gotten a little grabby. He's got 4 penalties. But when you look at Long, 5 for 16 when he's been targeted, and Hill, only 9 catches on 21 attempts into his coverage, they haven't given up a whole lot from a percentage standpoint.
Yeah,
so.
they make it tough over and over, and so it's going to take precise throws from Lewerke, and that's definitely going to be the story of the game is can they get some big plays down the field on these guys. We mentioned the press man-to-man coverage. To beat that, you got to get down the field.
Yeah, so I think this one's going to come down to the quarterback play on both sides, the receiver-cornerback matchups. The other guy to keep an eye on, Michigan State, Kenny Willekes, 32 pressures, their highest-graded player on the defensive side of the ball. So that's what you want to watch for in the PFF College Game of the Week. It's Michigan and Michigan State. And, of course, don't forget, get to EckridgeFootball.com, check out these games, sign up for the $1 Million Challenge when they come to your town, or if you want to be a part of the National Championship $1 Million Challenge, it's open to everybody right now over at EckridgeFootball.com.